Today we're going to be talking about buoyancy. Buoyancy is the tendency of an object to float in a fluid. You have seen an example of this when you throw a rock into water and it sinks. This is because the weight of the rock is greater than the buoyant force acting on the rock. We can compare this to a beach ball that floats in water. It floats because it weighs less than the buoyant force acting on it. The buoyant force acting on an object equals the weight of water displaced by that object, which is what we're going to be proving in our experiment today.
Here we're going to weigh our boat and we're going to zero it out so that we can figure out what the weight of our beans will be. We figured out that the weight is 3.25.
We're going to weigh this empty plastic container so that we can see the displacement of the weight after we add the water to it. Our starting weight is 9.35.
Now we're going to set up our experiment. We have our pool of water, our little boat, and now we're going to fill this up with water until it's almost about to overflow. This way, when we add our beans, we will be able to measure exactly how much water they push out. Now we'll add the 3.25 ounces of beans. And it's pushing our water into our plastic container.
Now we're going to weigh the plastic container with the water in it to see how much water is now in it. Our total weight is now 13.09.
Alright, so we found that the weight of the beans was 3.25. The weight of our empty container was 9.35. And this is in ounces, and the weight of the container and the water is 13.09 ounces. So to find the weight of the water displaced, we're going to subtract the weight of the empty container from the weight of the container and the water, and we get 3.74, which is actually pretty close to the weight of our beans. But if we want to find the percent error, we get about 15% error.